Alright, hello, welcome. Yeah, I'm late, I don't care. My name's Frank, this is No More Paper. Soon, soon TM, I'm gonna start making an effort to get more listeners, and I really do want to build a community. Problem is I have little incentives because I'm not trying to do it to make money off of selling memberships or anything like that. I want a small group of intelligent people to improve my own trading. It really does make a world of difference. It used to be a community thing, trading. And after the exchanges don't have a floor anymore, everyone's behind a computer screen now. And then you have the fake gurus and even the real gurus. I hate that word. I hate financial influencers. I think it gives trading a bad reputation. And it even makes me doubt sometimes. Anyway, let's get into it. First, I want to look at the news right now. What events we have coming up. Just a Chicago PMI at a 9:45. I usually block out from 9:30 to 9 to 10 every day anyway. It's just too volatile. Other than that, there's a Fed speech later in the afternoon. It's hard to know if that will cause any volatility or not. Let's take a look at headlines, because I wasn't depressed enough already. Let's refresh because this might be a little old. Dell soars on what? AI, the magic AI word. I don't get it. What else we have? When's the World Cup? Is that gonna be in the East Coast? I don't even know. I don't pay attention to that junk. In other news, SpaceX had to cut its IPO valuation. And I was thinking this morning about all the AI companies racing to IPO now. Earlier this year, it was, maybe 2026 later, maybe 2027, maybe 2028. Now all of a sudden, they all are looking to do it as soon as possible. And the fact that that's not scaring the market, it sucks. It just sucks that so many people are religious about AI, and there's no proof that it has any of the value that it purports to have. All right, enough of that. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but yeah, why not? Let's take a look at start with the VIX. Yesterday, I want to point out let me just get my ducks in a row here. So at the open, I made a great trade at the open, and the VIX let me do that for once. Usually, a lot of times the VIX will steer you wrong because it's often late to the party, or you as a human you just read into it too much. But yesterday it influenced my entry a little bit. As you can see right at the open, we pulled back and we are trending down. And I actually broke one of my rules and I got in before 10 o'clock, but only with 2 contracts. I think it was 1 contract. No, it might have been 2. 2 micros. Anyway, yeah, I got in here. And let me show you what the VIX was doing at that time. Yeah, it was trending down heavily, which told me that buyers were loading in. Something was happening, and it did. It did. But before I look at the chart more and go over what's happened yesterday and last night, let's take a look at the VIX right now. That's kind of getting flat. This is VIX all the way here. This is VIX daily, and this is VIX on VIX. Can you do a VIX on the VIX's VIX? All right. Dollar is up slightly. The dollar kind of stuck on this plateau here. I would consider it a safe area. If we jump up to another plateau, that could steal some money from risk. And yields, this is where I mean, look at yesterday. Anyway, yields in the overnight, kind of flat. So in the short term, I would say we're pretty bullish. Speaking of, we'll take 1 contract on the bounce here. The overnight has bounced several times now off of VWAP. Well, we'll see. Should actually move my stop down there. All right, back to so in the short term, like as I was saying, pretty bullish. Despite price action not really seeming like we're going to go higher. And this is where I worry. 30-year bond yields. We are now sitting at 5%. Over 5%, things get iffy. We've been steadily going up higher and higher. The fact that this isn't causing a pullback in the markets is irrational, I would say. I think it will at some point. If this goes down quite a bit, and 2-year yields and the dollar goes down as well, well, the party will just continue. I've said it often, freaking Nvidia could come out and say, you know what, we're not really selling GPUs. You know, and we are doing circular financing, and we're fudging our numbers here and there. And it wouldn't matter if the Fed is still printing money like crazy. So, there you have it. All right, let's take a look at the charts. Yesterday saw price take a journey through this whole range, basically. And it's crazy because we ended up with lots of sellers still at the close, but we ended with all-time new highs. That just shows you how aggressive buyers were. And lots of that selling happened in the overnight. But the fact that the sum of yesterday's ask and bid volume ended up negative 13,000. If we go higher, I would say that might cause even more volatility, because all the sellers down here will have to get out more and more if they're not out already, which they very, very well might be. Alright, I think I'm going to close this trade because it's not going anywhere. Let it go. It's only a few dollars. That is where I make most of my mistakes. It's actually funny when I dick around and watch TV shows while I'm trading, I tend to make more money sometimes because I'm not babysitting my trades to a huge extent. All right, let's take a look closer in. And you know what? I might as well take a look at gold prices too. It's been a while since I've done that. Uh-oh. How do I have so many? I don't know what I was doing here. It's been a while since I've used TradingView regularly. Alright, I'm getting out now. Part of my problem also is I've had a losing week after 4 or 5 weeks straight of wins. So because of that, because I'm conscious of that, I don't want to lose. I don't want to take any risk. That's the name of the game, isn't it? All right, this is the daily for gold. Prices are rising. We're quite a ways away from all-time new highs. One trader I mostly respect, Anthony Crudeli, mentioned some time ago that gold would be decent day trading because it's not extremely volatile right now. And it looks like he may have been correct. This is like a major support area, and it bounced very cleanly off of it. I may one day trade gold again, but for now I'm focusing on the ES to make sure I'm profitable there. Once you become profitable there, then you can expand to where you have a day in the ES that is just untradeable because nothing is respecting support or resistance. It's whipsawing around like crazy. You need to take a look at gold or oil and see how they're doing. Obviously oil right now would be a pretty bad idea. Oil's going down. It doesn't mean anything. How much you want to bet that all your prices for everything stays higher despite transportation costs coming back down? How much you want to bet? Alright, that's enough of that. Let's take a look back at the ES. Alright, this is my favorite chart to plan out the day. I also have one that just shows regular trading hours, but I think that's like an old way of trading where you just look at regular trading hours. Back when most nights were very low volatility or very flat most of the night. And if there was action, it would be so quick and such high volatility that you wouldn't be able to capture it anyway. But nowadays it seems like overnight trading is having more and more good volatility. I would call it good action. And I think 24-hour trading is only going to add to that. Which I don't remember when that's kicking in. Let's take a look quick, see if alright, I can't get an answer. They're pushing towards it, last I heard. Alright, so yesterday I made a great trade here, but then I made more mistakes trying to catch top. I forget the reason, one of the big reasons why I thought it might be the top. I was just doing one micro and low risk, so I still ended up positive on the day. And one good thing I learned is I didn't keep trying to catch a top. I let it go. I lost 20 bucks and just let it go. We continue to mill higher the rest of the afternoon. A couple nice bounces right off of initial balance high. Too bad I wasn't trading at this moment. The overnight's been quite flat. We started in the overnight selling below VWAP, but we held right at the initial balance high again, which again, I went to bed early. I wish I would have seen that. Well, I don't think I would have traded it anyway because I hate going to bed with trades on. And lately we've been, I mean, if you look at this, pullback, bounces off a value area low, bounces off a value area low. This time bounces off of VWAP, bounces off of VWAP, and I should have held that trade. I would have made more money. Yeah, well. So we're bouncing higher and higher as we go into the open. I don't know what's going to happen at the open. I think we're going to get a pullback, but I always think that because I don't know how to trade if we just rip. And we're not gapping. We're basically going to open very close, unless we fly higher right now, but we're going to open very close to yesterday's high and close. I find it hard to believe that there's enough buyers up here willing to bet on this going higher at the open. So my goal is to wait for where it pulls back to, because I do think we will go higher. I don't know if we'll break all-time highs, but I think wherever we pull back to, we're not going to trend lower than yesterday's low. That's for sure. Because yesterday was the overnight low was quite low. If anything, I would say we pull back to a naked value area, which is at 74.40. If not earlier. I mean, we might pull back right to initial balance high. A previous initial balance high, that's from yesterday. And that's the same one that we bounced off of multiple times in the overnight. So look out for that. Beyond that, we have value area low from yesterday's regular trading hours. But I think more importantly, we have value area low for the entire day, sitting just at 75.40. Nice round number. I also marked a key volume area at 75.25. That area has been initial balance low multiple times, as well as a value area low. I consider that a huge area of support. I don't think we'll get down there today, but if we do start pulling back some, we might. The range still looks a little different than what it's used to. If we zoom out a bit, not that long ago, we were seeing days like this straight up green. Here, straight up green. Here, straight up green. This doesn't count because it's after a pullback. This is kind of unique. We're not as bullish as we were. But that could change. That could definitely change. We'll see going into the open. That's all I got. I think I'll be back Monday. I'm not sure. I am trying to do more promotion. I loathe it. I really do. As soon as I see someone else doing it on Twitter or anywhere else, I immediately unfollow them. All right, good luck, goodbye.